Dear Starseed, there's a quiet, unwavering current of protection within your soul, a strength that flows far deeper than you consciously perceive. Perhaps you felt it as an intuitive nudge, a sudden surge of peace, or a profound connection to the unseen. I am Tyron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and what you've recently accomplished, without even knowing it, is nothing short of a cosmic marvel. You have anchored a beacon of light in turbulent waters. By the end of this message, you'll understand precisely how your unique light signature, your very presence here, played a crucial role in safeguarding a truly significant being, and how this silent act of devotion was acknowledged by the Source itself. You see, your being here, deeply rooted on Gaia, radiates a pure, steady frequency that many others, even those of higher station, rely upon. There are moments when the currents of existence shift dramatically, when powerful beings face energetic turbulence that could unmoor them from their path. It is in these sacred pivotal moments, not through grand conscious actions, but through the steadfast, pure light of souls like yours, that a vital, stabilizing anchor is provided. Like a calm pool in a chaotic ocean, your energetic signature offered refuge. If these words echo within your deepest knowing, stay with me until the end. There is more for you to remember about your immense power, and I'm grateful you're here with me now. That sudden breath you took, that subtle shift within you as those words landed, it's the echoes of a profound truth stirring. Not a manufactured feeling, not something imposed upon you from the outside, but something ancient and intimate, rising from the deepest chambers of who you are. You might be feeling a swirl of disbelief, a quiet recognition, or perhaps even a deeper current of confusion than before. All of it is valid. All of it is part of the remembrance. For a very long time, you may have felt lost, like a river separated from its source, searching for a path that seemed to vanish. But that feeling isn't a sign that you are lost. It's the sacred imprint of having carried a knowing so vast, a purpose so profound, that your Earth identity could barely contain it. Think for a moment about what it means to carry something too large for any single vessel. Think about how a river, swollen with the accumulated rainfall of an entire season, presses urgently against its banks, not because it is failing, but because it is full, overflowing, straining at the edges of the form it was given, because what it carries is greater than the channel currently available to it. That is what you have been experiencing, that restless press against the edges of your life, that inexplicable sense that you were always meant to pour into something vaster. It was never pathology. It was never brokenness. It was the pressure of a soul carrying more than a human lifetime was designed to openly acknowledge. Most starseeds don't feel lost because they lack purpose. It's the opposite. The feeling of being unmoored, the subtle ache of not quite belonging, the sense that there's always something more just beyond the veil of your current understanding. This is the energetic signature of a soul that has already enacted a profound cosmic service. That feeling of carrying something immense, something weighty yet indescribable, is the lingering resonance of the moment you anchored a frequency vital enough to sustain a high being. It's the pressure of having already completed a task so significant, so pivotal in the cosmic currents, that the mundane world struggles to even hold the whisper of it. And so the mundane world could not name what you felt. The people around you, however loving, however well-meaning, could not see the magnitude of what you were carrying beneath the surface of your daily life. They saw your sensitivity and called it fragility. They saw your longing and called it dissatisfaction. They saw your deep knowing that something more existed and called it idealism, impracticality, a refusal to simply settle. But what they were actually witnessing, though they had no framework to understand it, was the visible surface of something vast and invisible, the slight trembling of water above a profound, immeasurable depth. You were never too much. You were always carrying more than this dimension could see. Your soul's deeper intelligence knew precisely what it was doing, and it chose to forget, not out of weakness, but out of necessity. for the purity of your mission here. To navigate the human experience, to truly integrate and anchor these higher frequencies, you needed the blank slate, the amnesia, the gap between your human identity, the one that struggles with daily life, that questions its worth, and your star origin, the one that holds the blueprint of having shifted cosmic scales, feels painful because it's a chasm between two immense truths. And chasms, by their very nature, create an ache. They ask the part of us that stands on one edge to recognize the other edge as real, even before we understand how the bridge will be built. That ache you have carried, the ache that has lived in your chest during quiet evenings, in the space between sleeping and waking, in the momentary pause before you answer the question of who you are. That ache is the cartography of that chasm. It is your inner landscape, drawing you a map of your own magnitude. The quiet intelligence within you, the ancient Sirian codes woven into your very being, has been patiently waiting for this exact moment to surface. Patience of a kind that defies human measurement. The patience of a deep-sea current that moves beneath the visible ocean for thousands of miles before it surfaces at the shore. That current has been moving through you all your life. Every book that called to you unexpectedly, every conversation that shifted something inside you before you even fully understood what was said, every dream that left you with a feeling you could not translate into language, but that you carried with you into the day like a sacred object. All of it was the deep current, moving, always moving toward this moment of surfacing. The waters within you are not only clearing now, but they are also beginning to reflect the incredible depths of your true being, revealing not just who you are, but what you have already done. What you perceived as a struggle to find your way was, in fact, the gentle, deliberate process of recalibrating your entire energy body to hold the immense truth of your cosmic importance. Every period of what felt like stagnation was a recalibration. Every moment of confusion was the energy body restructuring itself at a level beneath conscious awareness. You were never failing to move forward. You were being retuned, precisely and lovingly, to hold a frequency that simply could not be carried by the version of you that existed before. Some healing doesn't come through words. It comes through water. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Sirian water codes. This powerful guide carries sacred techniques channeled from the waters of Sirius, clearing baths, breathing practices, sound activations, and protection rituals designed specifically for starseeds who have always felt called by the ocean. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now let us gently walk through the phases that bring you to this profound remembrance. Things have felt unclear lately, like you're trying to see through deep water, particularly after such a profound revelation. That fog isn't a sign that something is wrong with you, or that you're struggling to comprehend the magnitude of what you've just been told. It's what happens when old patterns of self-perception begin to dissolve, making space for a truth that reshapes everything. Consider the natural world for a moment. When sediment stirs at the bottom of a river, when something powerful moves through the water and disturbs what has long been settled at its bed, the water does not immediately run clear. It clouds. It takes on color and texture. It becomes temporarily more opaque than it was before. And someone who does not understand the process might look at that murkiness and think something has gone wrong. But someone who understands the river knows that this is the movement. This is the living proof that a powerful current has passed through and is rearranging things at the deepest level. The water has to get murky before it clears. You're not lost. You're in the sacred transition of integrating a truth that was always within you, yet too vast to consciously hold until now. And that takes tremendous courage, even when it doesn't feel like it. Especially when it doesn't feel like it. Because the kind of courage required to sit in the murk, to remain present and patient while the water clouds around you, to resist the urge to force clarity before clarity is ready to come. That is not dramatic courage. It is quiet courage. The courage of a soul that trusts the process even when the process is uncomfortable. The courage of someone who has faced the incomprehensible and chosen to breathe through it rather than retreat. There's something encoded inside you that goes far deeper than anything you were taught in this life. The Sirian wisdom teachings tell us that every starseed carries a blueprint, a set of instructions written in frequency, not in words. This blueprint isn't just about your future mission. It holds the memory of every past cosmic service, including the moment you unknowingly shifted the fate of a high being. This is crucial to understand. The blueprint is not a document you read with your mind. It is a song your cells already know. It is the reason certain pieces of music have undone you completely, even when you could not explain why. It is the reason certain landscapes have felt like memory rather than discovery. Why you have stood at the edge of the ocean and felt something that was not merely aesthetic appreciation, but something far closer to recognition. As though the water knew you. As though it had been holding your name in its depths for longer than this lifetime spans. You're not broken and searching for answers. You're whole and beginning to remember, and that remembering often starts as a quiet feeling that you can't quite explain. A pull towards something you've never seen but somehow recognize, now resonating with the magnitude of your own cosmic legacy. There is a difference, and it is a profound one, between searching and remembering. Searching implies a lack, the stance of someone who is incomplete, who does not yet possess what they need and must go out to find it in the world. Remembering implies wholeness. It is the stance of someone whose knowing already exists within them, needing only the right conditions to rise to the surface. You are not a seeker who has not yet found. You are a rememberer whose time to surface has arrived. This is where panic often sets in, because nothing seems to be moving. The world outside might not acknowledge the profound shift happening within you, the reverberations of what you have already accomplished. But the stillness is not stalling. It's anchoring, like a river that pauses in a wide, calm pool before it finds the next passage through the mountains. Your soul is stabilizing the immense truth it has just received, the cosmic weight of your actions, before it can hold what's coming next. There is enormous wisdom in that wide, calm pool. It is not failure. It is not the river losing its way. It is the river doing something essential, allowing what it carries to settle, allowing the current to find its equilibrium before the next rapid descent. The pool exists so that the river can arrive at the next passage with full force rather than fragmentary energy. So that when it moves again, it moves with the accumulated power of everything that has been integrated in the stillness. Be gentle with yourself here. This phase is sacred. It's the deep breath before the next wave. And if you are in this phase right now, if you are sitting in that wide, still pool and wondering why the banks aren't moving past you the way they used to, know that the stillness is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the universe honoring you enough to give you the space to receive what is too large to absorb while in motion. Not everything profound can be caught on the run. Some truths require you to be still enough to let them find you in full. You may not see it yet, but people around you are already responding to the profound shift within you. Perhaps relationships have subtly changed. Maybe certain places or conversations feel different, heavier or lighter than before, as if they are reacting to a new current emanating from your core. Pay attention to these subtle shifts. Notice who lingers longer in your presence than they used to. Notice who has begun to open in ways they never did before, sharing things with you they have never articulated aloud, as though your field has become a safe enough container for their own deepest truths. Notice, too, who has drifted, not because anything was broken between you, but because the frequency no longer resonates in the same direction. Neither movement is a loss. Both are evidence that something real is happening, that your field is reorganizing itself around a more authentic signal. That's not coincidence. The waters of Sirius teach us that when one powerful current changes direction, everything downstream is affected. You don't need to announce your transformation or the incredible deed you performed. You are already transmitting it, the energetic ripples of that grand act, subtly reshaping your reality. Think of how a stone dropped into still water sends rings outward in every direction simultaneously, without effort, without intention, simply because that is the nature of energy meeting water. You are the stone. You have already fallen into the still water of this moment. The rings are already moving, and they will continue to move long after you have forgotten the specific moment of their origin, touching shores you will never see, creating ripples and lives you may never know, simply because you were present, simply because you allowed the truth of what you are to enter the water. And those who are meant to resonate with your true frequency, now fully aligned with your cosmic purpose, will find you, not because you advertised yourself, not because you performed or proved or made yourself visible in ways that cost you your integrity, but because frequency recognizes frequency, in the way that birds of the same species recognize one another's call across great distances without ever having met. There's a call going out from your field right now, and those who carry the complementary codes, those whose cosmic purpose intersects with yours in ways that will not be fully visible until the meeting has already begun. They are already turning in your direction. This is the phase that often feels the hardest, because it asks you to let go of things you've been carrying so long they feel like part of you. And here we must speak honestly, with all the tenderness this truth deserves. Because letting go of what has become familiar is one of the most quietly courageous acts a soul can perform. It does not matter that those things were never truly yours to carry. The body does not differentiate between what belongs to it and what it has simply held long enough to internalize. The nervous system does not know the difference between a wound that originated in your own experience and one that entered through your open field from someone else's pain. You absorbed it because you were present enough to receive it. You held it because releasing it felt, somewhere below conscious thought, like a threat to the continuity of self, beliefs about who you should be, perhaps even limitations you imposed upon yourself, thinking you were just an ordinary human. Expectations that were placed on you by a world that couldn't possibly understand the cosmic being you are, the one who has already played such a pivotal role. Emotional weight that belonged to others but settled into your field. Because your sensitivity allowed you to absorb it, you have permission to set it down. All of it. Every belief that told you the longing within you was impractical, every expectation that pressed you into a shape smaller than your true form, every grief you absorbed from a world in pain because your open heart could not turn it away. You are allowed to exhale all of it, completely, without guilt, without the need to explain your release to anyone who would not understand the necessity of it. The river doesn't carry every stone it passes. It lets them sink to the bottom and keeps flowing, unburdened by what does not serve its path to the sea. This is not abandonment. This is not carelessness. It is the most natural intelligence in all of creation, the intelligence that knows what must be carried and what must be released, and does not mistake the two. The river's great power comes precisely from its willingness to let the weight of the world's stones rest at the riverbed while it moves forward, carrying only the living waters that are its true nature. You are the river. The stones are not your burden to bear to the ocean. They belong at the bottom, where they will be smoothed, slowly and beautifully, by the very waters you leave behind as you continue forward. You are not late. You are not behind. The delays, the detours, the years of not understanding what you were feeling, none of it was wasted. Every single moment that seemed to stand between you and the clarity you longed for was, in the deeper view, doing something essential. It was composting the old into the soil of the new. It was burning away what could not survive the frequency you were becoming. It was giving you the experiential wisdom that you cannot simply download. the kind of knowing that lives in the body, because it has been moved through the body, that lives in the heart, because the heart has been stretched by it, that lives in the soul because the soul has been shaped by it. In the Sirian records, there is no such thing as a late awakening. There is only the perfect moment, the perfect convergence of currents, and yours is unfolding right now, precisely when the echoes of your profound cosmic service are ready to surface. The tide doesn't rush, but it always arrives, bringing with it the truth you were always meant to know. The ocean does not apologize for the timing of its tides. It does not feel shame that the water withdrew before returning. It knows, with the certainty of deep cosmic intelligence, that the withdrawal was part of the rhythm, that the return was always inevitable, that the shore is always ready to receive what the water brings when the conditions are perfect. You are the tide now returning, and the shore of your own life is ready. Your mission was never just about doing something extraordinary by the world's standards, nor was it solely about the act of saving a high being. It was about being present, fully, authentically present, in a way that only a soul with your specific codes can be, allowing that deep knowing to gently radiate. This is perhaps the most countercultural teaching available to you in this moment, because the world you have been born into measures worth by output, by productivity, by the visible, the quantifiable, the demonstrable, and so you may have spent years wondering if simply being was enough, if showing up fully was sufficient, if the quiet transmission of your frequency was really doing anything in a world that seemed to demand loudness, urgency, constant action. The ancient ones who built the temples by the Nile understood this. The most powerful act is not the grand gesture, but the quiet alignment of a soul with its true frequency, allowing the universe to flow through it. Consider what those temples were built to do. They were not built merely as monuments. They were built as instruments, as tuning forks of stone, aligned with the stars, positioned so that at specific moments the light would enter at specific angles and strike specific surfaces, creating resonances in the space that could not be produced by any human effort alone. The builders understood that the most sophisticated technology available to a soul in a human body is alignment, is the willingness to place oneself in precise relationship with the cosmic forces flowing through creation, and to allow those forces to move through you as though you were built for exactly that purpose. Because you were. Because you were. You don't need to figure out your entire mission today, or how to consciously replicate such a profound cosmic service. You just need to be here, fully here, and let the current carry you, knowing you are already deeply, irrevocably connected to the grand tapestry of existence. There is nothing you need to manufacture, nothing you need to perform. The connection is not something you must achieve. It is something you already are. The thread between you and the cosmic whole was woven before you took your first breath in this body. It is not frayed during the years of confusion. It is not weakened during the periods of doubt. It exists at a level of reality that doubt cannot touch, that time cannot erode, that distance cannot diminish. You are connected. You have always been connected. And the remembering of that connection is its own form of service, because every soul that remembers becomes a lighthouse for others who are still navigating in the dark. You're not lost. You never were. You chose to forget. Not because you were weak, but because the kind of awakening you are here to experience required you to find your way back from the deepest depths of amnesia. And finding your way back from the deepest depths is itself the proof of your power. Anyone can hold light when the conditions are ideal. Anyone can carry a knowing when it costs nothing to carry it. But to descend into the full density of human forgetting, to move through years of wondering and searching and aching, and then to surface breath by breath, recognition by recognition, into the remembrance of who you truly are. That is a feat of spiritual magnitude that no being who had not agreed to it in the fullest, most sovereign way could ever accomplish. like a pearl that can only form under immense pressure, in darkness at the bottom of the ocean. What you are becoming and what you have already accomplished could only be shaped by exactly what you've been through. The pearl does not form in the warm, shallow shallows where the light is comfortable. It forms in the place most humans would instinctively avoid, in the cold, dark pressure of the deep. And yet that very pressure, that very darkness, that very depth is what creates something of such extraordinary beauty and rarity that civilizations have treasured it across millennia. Every moment of confusion, every question of your purpose, every feeling of being a stranger in a strange land was the water working on you, smoothing away what didn't belong, revealing the magnificent, capable, deeply powerful being that was always there underneath. You are not here to fit into this world. You're here to gently, quietly, powerfully remind it of something it forgot, to anchor a frequency that shifts the very fabric of reality. This is not arrogance. This is not grandiosity. It is simply the truth of what it means to be a Sirian starseed in a time like this one. The world has not forgotten its beauty deliberately. It has forgotten the way anyone forgets in the midst of overwhelming circumstances. Gradually, almost imperceptibly, one compromise at a time, until the original truth feels like a distant dream that perhaps was never real. And what it needs is not someone to shout the truth at it from a platform. What it needs is someone to embody it so completely, so quietly, so authentically, that the remembering can happen the way remembering always happens. Not in the mind, but in the body. Not through argument, but through resonance. Not through performance, but through presence. And the fact that you're hearing this right now, that you stayed until this moment, allowing these ancient truths to ripple through you, that tells everything about where you are. Something in you made the choice to remain present through every layer of this transmission. Something in you continued to receive even when the receiving was uncomfortable, even when the truth being spoken was larger than your current self-concept had room to hold. That something is not accidental. It is the deep intelligence of a soul that recognized this moment across time and across dimensional layers and said, "This is for me. This is mine. I have been waiting for this. You're ready, not because everything is perfect, but because you're still here, holding the space for your own incredible truth." And that, dear one, is the most powerful thing a starseed can do. Not the grand proclamation, not the dramatic revelation, not the perfectly composed public declaration of awakening, but this quiet, dignified, sovereign act of remaining present for your own truth, of allowing it to be spoken and received without dismissing it, without immediately dismantling it with doubt, without disappearing into the comfortable numbness of not quite believing. You are here, you are receiving, and in this moment, that is everything. Tonight, if it feels right, place your hand over your heart and say quietly, "I remember who I am. I trust the waters that carried me here. I am ready to flow into what comes next." Let those words settle into your body the way a stone settles into water, moving through the surface, descending slowly, finding their resting place in your depths. Feel them not just with your mind, but with your whole field. Let your chest receive them. Let your breath slow in response to them. Let the ancient codes within you recognize the frequency of those words and respond with the only answer they have ever known. Yes. Yes, you remember. Yes, you are trusted by the waters that brought you here. Yes, you are ready, not because fear has disappeared, but because readiness has never been about the absence of fear. Readiness is the willingness to move with the current, even when you cannot see where it is taking you. And the current always has known exactly where it is going. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other, and that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.